ClubExpress, customizing the look and feel of your website using the site editor tools. Your website is one of the ways that members and non-members view and interact with your organization's content and people. So what you display on the site and how you present the content is important. You want it to reflect your organization's priorities and style. ClubExpress gives you many tools to create content and also to configure the look and feel of your site. There's a video that's an overview of all the tools that are available on the Control Panel's Website tab and the various content areas. There are separate videos that go into detail about each module. This video takes a look at the tools on the Site Editor toolbar in the Website Look and Feel module. This is where you can customize the appearance of your website, including the overall layout of the page header, the width and background, fonts, and also optional content boxes that can appear on every page. We are already logged into one of our demo sites as an administrator, so we can go to the Control Panel, click on the Website tab, then scroll down to the Setup section and click on Website Look and Feel. If you are an existing club running under the older template theme model, you'll see a screen that explains how to preview the new look and feel tools, how to revert to the old template, and how applying the changes will convert the website to the new look and feel tools. For clubs that are already running under the new model, you'll go straight into preview mode. While in preview mode, any changes you make are visible only to you, not to any other website visitors. Only when you click the Apply button here or on the toolbar are your changes saved and made visible to all. If you click the Revert button, your changes are canceled. Also note that if your web session expires or you log out while in preview mode, all of your changes will be lost. This screen shows the various elements of a page, including headings, buttons, instructional text, and normal text. You don't need to remain on this page. It's often useful to navigate to other areas of your site to see the effects of changes that you make in preview mode. You can always return to this page via the Control Panel. When in preview mode, the Look and Feel Site Editor floats on the right side. When designing a website's look and feel, the first thing to do is to select a template. Click the Template button, and you can choose from a range of templates. Remember that templates are simply a starting point, a way to pick an initial layout, design scheme, color scheme, and menu scheme. Once selected, you can change each of these elements individually. Each template also has a set of placeholder graphics that you will replace with graphics and photos relevant to your site. Select a category from the options on the left, and then click a template image to select it. Note that some templates use layouts with menus along the left side of the page, while other layouts have menus across the width of the page. Also, some of these layouts have optional common content areas that appear on every page. Click Save to preview your website with that template, or Cancel to close the dialog without saving. You'll typically want to see how this template looks on your website, so click the Home button or navigate through some menus. As long as you're in preview mode, the Site Editor toolbar remains available, and you can always revert back if you don't want to keep your changes. For this demonstration, I won't apply any of the changes, and I'll click Revert from time to time to go back to the site's normal website look and feel page. One more thing. This Demo Balloon Club normally does not show the Apply button. This is because it's used as a test platform by many people, and only ClubExpress staff are allowed to make look and feel changes. Your website will always show the Apply and Revert buttons to administrators and coordinators of the website look and feel function. Click the Layout button to see the layouts available for the template that you've already selected. In the layout options shown, light blue is the page header, dark blue represents the menu, which may be on the left side or across the width of the page, either below or above the header. Gray is the main content area, always in the center of the page. Yellow represents customized common content boxes that appear on every page. And the three little dots shows the position of the login and member profile panel. Note that most layouts also include content boxes above and below the page header and above the footer. These are not shown on these diagrams, but they're available on the Common Content option in the Control Panel. Once you've selected a layout image, click Save to preview your website with that layout, or Cancel to close the dialog without saving. Also note that common content boxes collapse vertically to nothing when empty, But when set next to the page content area, for example, in an area called right top or right bottom, the horizontal space is reserved for the common content and will display the content you designate using the Common Content Manager for that area of the page. To edit the page header, click the Page Header button. You're initially placed into the Simple editor. The top panel shows the page header that you will build or have already built. When in the Simple editor, the Header Editor Tools panel contains tools that you can use to build your header. This includes the ability to insert text boxes and images and to select an element and delete it. If you switch to the Advanced Editor, the top and Editor Tools panels are replaced with our Advanced Content Editor that has a wide array of tools. For now, we'll stay in the Simple editor. The Header Settings panel lets you make settings that apply to the entire header, including support for a background image, background color, and the ability to explicitly define the height. Start by selecting a background image or specifying a background color. When you click Set Background Image, you'll see the standard web graphics selector that allows you to select an image that's already been uploaded or to upload a new one. The image will immediately appear in the topmost area, and a red X also appears to allow you to remove the background image. Once the image is uploaded and selected, you can specify tiling that is most appropriate for the image. So you can decide if it should repeat and in which directions. When you select background color, the standard color selector appears. This allows you to select the color in one of three ways. You can pick a web-safe color, or one from your selected color scheme from the drop-down list. Or you can enter the hex code for any color, or you can select the color from the wheel. Once you've done so, the color name or hex code will appear in the box, and you'll also see a red X to remove that background color. You can also specify an explicit height for your page header. If you uploaded an image, the height of the image is automatically used. You can adjust the value lower to crop the image, or higher to allow room for other elements. Note that at the bottom of the page header panel is a drag handle that allows you to make the panel taller or shorter. When you do this, the explicit height box will show the new height. When you click Insert Text Box, a blank text box will appear in the top left corner of the page header. Click inside the box to drag it to the desired location. Click the drag handle in the lower right corner to make the text box bigger or smaller. Then you can use the text tools to specify the actual text, including line breaks if necessary. You can also set the font in which it should be displayed. This can include any custom fonts already added to your website, the size in pixels, the color, whether a shadow should be applied, whether the text box should also be a link back to the home page, and whether a border should be displayed. There's also a class option to specify a custom style to be applied to this text. Custom styles are defined in the Custom CSS option of the site editor. You can place as many text boxes as you want in different positions and sizes. Each successive text box will be placed above the previous one in the website's Z-axis order. Use the Move Forward or Move Back option to change the Z-axis order of the selected text box. Click Insert Image to insert an image onto your page header. You'll see the standard web graphics selector that allows you to select an image already uploaded, or you can upload a new one. The image will be placed in the header and can be dragged to the desired location. To resize the image, click the drag handle in the lower right corner. By default, the aspect ratio is not maintained. The X and Y dimensions will change at a different rate depending on how you drag the handle. To maintain the aspect ratio, press and hold the Shift key on your keyboard while you drag the handle. When you place an image, you'll see several options. You can specify the alt text for each image. This is displayed for users who have images turned off or for disabled users who access the website via a reader application. As with text boxes, you can also make the image link to the home page and display a border or specify a class. Similar to text, you can place as many images as you want, either tiled or overlapping. And if the images are saved with transparent sections, any image below, including the background image, will show through the transparent section. Images appear above any background image and are intermingled in the Z-axis order with the text elements. Use the Move Forward and Move Back options to change the Z-axis order. For experienced website developers, The Advanced Content Editor is also available. Click the Switch to Advanced Editor button to display the same editor that's used in other parts of your website. If you've added text boxes or images using the simple editor, these will be displayed in the Advanced Editor, and their HTML code can be further modified. The Advanced Editor includes a full set of design and formatting tools, as well as HTML and preview modes. See the Advanced Content Editor video tutorial and your administrator manual for more information of the various features of the editor. Note that if you switch back and forth between the simple and the advanced editors, making changes in both, we may not be able to display some of the changes correctly. The best approach is to decide in advance which editor to use and then stick with that decision. In both editors, click Save to save your changes and hide the header editor tools, or cancel to return without saving. Remember that you're still in preview mode, so your changes are only visible to you. To make them permanent, click Apply or click Revert to abandon your changes and to revert to the original design before you start making any changes. In the Site Editor, click Colors to select a color scheme. Color schemes are predefined collections of complementary colors used for various elements of the website, including backgrounds, header font colors, text colors, etc. Select the category from the options on the left, and then click a color scheme image to select it. Click Save to preview your website with that color scheme, or cancel to close the dialog without saving. Select Background to control what color or image will appear outside the website layout area. This is between the left and right edges of the website and the borders of your browser window. Select None to have no background at all, which is effectively the same as white. Select Default to use the background predefined with your selected template. Some, but not all templates have a background predefined. Select Color to pick any color for the background and then to pick a gradient. There are 3 ways to select a color. You can click the color name or icon to see a drop-down list of the 216 web-safe colors, shown by their standard names. Select the color, and the RGB hex triplet is filled in. Or you can enter an RGB hex triplet directly, including the pound symbol. Or you can click the color wheel to the right of the custom color box, and the standard color picker will be displayed, allowing you to pick any basic color from the wheel and then the darkness shade from the box in the middle. Once you've picked a color, select one of the available gradient options if supported by your browser. You can select Image to use an image as the background for your website. Different types of images are available, including abstracts, geometric patterns, textured, and themed images. Once you select a category, select a subcategory from the drop-down list above the image samples. There are hundreds of images from which to choose, including themed images for specific types of clubs. Full-size images will be positioned and scaled to fill the background of your browser window without tiling. The system also includes geometric patterns and textures that are designed to tile seamlessly. You also have the option of uploading your own image. You select the file from your local hard disk and specify how it should be tiled. If you're uploading a full photo that will not be tiled, be sure that it has sufficient resolution so that it will not appear grainy or pixelated. You can also upload a small image designed to tile in one or both dimensions. Click Save to preview your website, or cancel to close this dialog without saving. When you click the Watermark button, you see choices that are similar to those available for the page background. Whereas the background image is displayed on your website outside the borders of the layout, the watermark is displayed on your website inside these borders. Watermarks are backgrounds for the content of your website. Plain white means that there is no watermark color or image. Content will appear over a white background. Select Default to use the watermark defined with your selected template. Some, but not all templates have a watermark predefined. Select Color and Transparency to specify a color using the same method we looked at earlier. Once you've selected a color, you can also specify its transparency from 0, which is not transparent, to 100%, which is fully transparent, and this is done in 10% increments. The samples of the solid color and gradients react to the transparency settings, letting you see how your content area will display. This is especially useful if you've also specified a page background image. Also note that some older browsers don't properly recognize transparency settings. Use the image option to select or upload an image as your watermark. Watermark images must be very light and are usually gray or with minimal color, because the content of your website will be displayed on top of the watermark. Similar to the background image, you can select from a range of predefined graphics or upload your own and specify any tiling. Click Save to preview your website with that watermark, or Cancel to close the dialog without saving. Most ClubExpress layouts strictly enforce the width of your template. If you place content on a page or content box that is wider than what is allowed by the layout, it will be cut off. But you can also modify the width. Some templates, for example the one called Responsive, does not have a set width. It adapts to the width of the browser. Let's take a look at the width of the current layout. This layout uses the full width for content, so it will have only one slider to adjust the overall width. When you select width, a panel is displayed at the top of the screen that provides sliders for each website element that can be dragged to make them wider or narrower. The website will automatically adjust based on the position of the slider. Let's temporarily change to a layout that uses several areas, menus on the left and custom content on the right. Now the width panel shows a separate slider for each column in which these elements will appear. The space in the middle is for the main content panel, so be sure not to make it too narrow, since this is where your homepage content, custom web pages, special function pages such as the calendar, forums, committees, etc., and all admin pages appear. In general, layouts with left and right columns may need to be wider than layouts without these columns to allow enough room for the main content area in the middle. You should also keep in mind the overall width and how your website will display for members with smaller screens. These days, most everyone has a screen with at least 1024 pixels wide, but if your member demographic skews older, they might have older and less capable computers, or they might have increased zoom factor to allow for impaired vision. Another consideration is not everyone runs their browser in a window fully maximized, so they may be viewing websites in a window that's not using the full resolution of the screen. You should size your website so that it fits within the screen for most people without needing to scroll horizontally. Of course, vertical scrolling is not a problem. Your pages can be as long as you need them to be. Then adjust your content so that it fits within the defined width. Also keep in mind that if your width is less than 1100 pixels, some administrative pages, for example when creating and emailing, will present a horizontal scroll bar to get some editing functionality that does not normally display in narrow layouts. Click Save to save the new width and close the panel, or Cancel to close without saving. The Text Styles option allows you to customize the appearance of normal text and headings throughout your website. On the left is a list of text elements that can be customized. Select an element to customize it, and the main panel shows a sample and then the different customization options. You can configure the font, including any custom fonts that you've added to your website through the control panel, the font size, which can be specified in pixels, em, or %, font color, using a standard color, RGB hex triplet, or the wheel, bold, italic, and/or underline, and note that some custom fonts may not have bold or italic variations. And also, some elements, like headings, also include the ability to specify background color. Click Save to save your changes and close the dialog, or Cancel to close without saving. Select Design to control the appearance of heading elements, including fonts, borders, backgrounds, padding, and margin. Select a category on the left, and then a design scheme from the list of available choices. Click Save to preview your website with that design scheme, which includes any text styles that you have previously set, or Cancel to close the dialog without saving. When you select Menu Style, the dialog displays options that will vary based on whether the chosen layout has menus across the website or down the left side. Select a category on the left, and then one of the available menu styles. Click Save to preview your website with the chosen menu style, or Cancel to close the dialog without saving. Some styles include colored elements. The colors may or may not change dynamically based on the color scheme chosen. Menu styles without dynamic colors are usually available in multiple predefined colors. Note that horizontal menus across the top of the website look much better if you can limit the number of menu choices to fit in one row. If you need more menu options, use submenus. Please watch the video tutorial that shows how to create and configure menus for your members and visitors. The abbreviation CSS is short for Cascading Style Sheet. Experienced web designers can select Custom to make personalized changes to the CSS styles used by the system, or to enter custom styles that you'll use on your own custom pages or the home page. For example, CSS code might be entered to change the background color of menu items. Type or copy and paste your styles into this text box. Enter styles only. Do not enter a style tag or any HTML or JavaScript. Then click Save to save your changes or Cancel to close the dialog without saving. We recommend that you keep a local copy of your styles. Note that there is no validation performed, and the contents of the box will be saved and applied to your site exactly as entered. To remove all custom styling, highlight the complete contents and press Delete. If you make a catastrophic error and cannot see anything on your website, call ClubExpress and we can delete your custom CSS. Note that when you have added custom CSS, you can optionally designate styles to appear in the Style drop-down of the Advanced Content Editor. Please look to your administrator manual for instructions of the syntax used for inline, element, and block styles. An important note: ClubExpress cannot provide support for custom CSS. This feature is for experienced website designers only. When you click Page Tools, you can specify whether the Page Tools widget should be floating on the right side of the website and visible at all times, or hidden in a small tab on the right side of the website. When you hover over this tab, it slides out to reveal the tools, or it can be hidden completely, so it's never visible. Note that if you select this option, some of the tools like Help, Print This Page, Text Size, and Scroll to Top will never be available. Click Save to save your preference and return to look and feel, or Cancel to return without saving. When you're satisfied with your new design, click the Apply button to leave preview mode and replace the previous website design with the new one. You can come back at any time to make further changes. Or you can click the Revert button to leave preview mode without saving your new design at all, and the original design is restored. So now you've seen how you can use the site editor tools to customize the look and feel of your website. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.